Hello, beautiful bonsaiers. It's Joe Bonsai, and today I'm taking you down an inspired road by Nigel Saunders of Bonsai Zone. And thank you, Nigel. And he made some points in his videos today that he dropped that were hugely inspiring to me, and things that I wasn't even thinking of in the bonsai world. One, let's just get to the video. Okay, so one of the things I have to do that I first have to do is I have my jades. I've got a bunch of jades here. These are actually all cuttings of jades, including this one. And sadly, the original, the originals withered away. They got too infested with spider mites. But I'm gonna tell you, because we had a huge infestation of spider mites. So I've been using Captain Jack originally to get rid of spider mites, but it just was not helping because spider mites also get caught in the soil. So today's going to be a perfect day. So I'm going to replant all these. First, I'm going to treat these. These are also jade plants, but they're golem variety, which is interesting because golem, hobbits, and ogres all have like these weird ogre ear looking things, like Shrek. So they all have these type of ears. And I'm wondering if that's, what came first, Shrek or... Anyways, I'm pretty sure the plant did. They just started calling them that. But anyways, to get rid of spider mites, and these have been in a back corner, out of sight, out of mind, I've been using Safer, and this is a oil. I want to say oil based because it is very oily, but you just add a little bit to, so this is a half-gallon sprayer. Just add I think it's an ounce per gallon or ounce per half gallon. I haven't mixed it yet this year, and I've still got leftover from last year. But yes, it is oil based. It's got mineral oil as like the main ingredient, 98% mineral oil, and then 2% inert ingredients, which are all the specific insecticides and other things, I guess. But that's interesting. I think it came with a booklet, so I guess you'd have to go online and find out how much to use. Anyways, you do a couple. I think it's an ounce per half gallon or an ounce per gallon, and so, and this I'm okay. I'm actually not having a problem using this as the basis to spray in, because spraying this with the oil as well will help reduce the infection rate of spider mites from the soil from below when we add soil. So with this stuff, definitely get in the soil a lot. You got to spray all facets of the bonsai. Now this is primarily water, so not only are they getting cared for the spider mites, but they're also getting water. So see, look at this. This is a pretty nasty infestation of spider mites. And what we're going to do is, for the most part, I'm going to spray it all. Just get it on in here. I don't mind if it, because by the time this is all done and said and done, these will be treated, and the soil, I will intermittently do the soil and treat the soil for spider mites too, because that's what you want to do. This one's pretty free and clear, but can never trust that. So look at this beautiful specimen. And also I'm going to be propagating more of these. Now everything in our greenhouse had a huge infestation of spider mites. These are the only thing left that were infested, and so I just couldn't get to them. They were in the back. I could spray them from afar, but I could not get to them so closely. So that's, I think I'm back on track with what's going on. Anyways, I don't want to confuse you guys as much as I'm confused with my own stuff. So go ahead and start doing this, because I am making a forest out of these, and we'll see what happens in the future. Because golems will propagate fast. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drench it a little bit, because this is an infected plant, and I'm going to have to take care of. I will actually be repotting more cuttings of these guys in their same former. And I'm going to just hit the soil of that too. Alright. So this plant is extremely huge, and we're going to go ahead and cut him right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a couple of these. So I'm not going to want this as part of the main tree. I mean, I could, but I really want this to be the main area to root. So let's see if this will snap off for me. Oh, so now we're going to go ahead and cut it right off at the base. And then this guy will be put in there. A little treated. I'm going to keep him down pretty nice. See what happens to him in the future. And then this one I will actually propagate into the forest to see what it does in the future. So we're going to leave him off to the side. And this is now not as heavy. So with these, I have a trick that I'm going to show you, and I've got to run in and get them because I forgot them. So I'm going to experiment with putting skewers through, keeping them crossed. That way I can place them in here wherever I want, and they'll have minimal tippage, because I am not putting holes in this terracotta tray. They're succulents, so they get minimal water, and it's going to last. So I don't worry about it draining, because I don't put much water in there anyways. So I'm going to put this on pause and go get what I need. All right. So I'm just going to put some skewers in them so that we can kind of control what happens with do it more like a tripod. Bend that one back. That way it can be placed and I make my bonsai mixtures that are roughly the same as having they could be used for either bonsai here or succulents, for trees or succulents. So that's the first. I got a little bit excited. I should have cleaned this off too. Like, I'm just so excited about a new possibility with these things that I did not give myself a really good clearance. Now in the future, I will pull the stakes out, however, because they're bamboo. However, they I might not worry about it because they will biodegrade eventually, maybe. I don't know. All right, so now I've got actually two trunks on this one. Really move this back. So one of the things that I also learned from Nigel this morning is scarring succulents. Now, he did it as an experiment, apparently. So now I'm going to do it. Oh, man. And I think I just really mess things up. Oh, you know what? I have a razor, so I should have thought about this ahead time. So we're going to make some scratches, and that should scar up the tree a bit so that it can get a thicker trunk quicker, which this is something normal practice on bonsais. And never even thought about doing it to succulents. But now I am. Oh, and so this composition is not going to work like that. I definitely want to take that. And also, I might as well take out some of these. So this one has spread. I don't like that in there so much. Alright. So I am going to take these infected tips off and just throw them out on this one. It's just to clean them up, and any possible babies can be dealt with. anyways, so we're going to go ahead and see how deep the roots got in this one. The roots got pretty deep on that one. It actually went all the way down to the bottom, which is interesting because mostly my succulents, their roots are only within the first couple inches of the soil that I've ever noticed. And that seems to be... So now the question is, do I break these apart and put them separately? Or do I just add that to the forest over here? Let's see. Yes, I'm like doing a saw in half just in case, just to see. So what's interesting is that succulents can, they could take a lot of damage and they will just propagate, but there's no reason for damaging them more than they need to be. And note this was actually attached. That was a branch. So that was a branch down at the bottom. So this is one that I transplanted as a dual. So when I told you that I was taking the this one off of, oh, I can't find it. Off of, oh yeah, taking that one off of this plant. That's what would happen. So now that we got that taken care of, I have over here a skewer that can fit into there. So that means I will just take a small skewer, run it through the bottom here, and then cut it off, and then stick that skewer in. All right, now this one is definitely going to need some assistance. So I'm going to put this skewer all the way through, and that one I will put over here. So then I'll put this skewer up in there to keep it from tipping over. And of course, the big problem, let me move these ones out of the way so it doesn't ruin the composition that you guys can see. Out of the way. So I'll probably just leave these suckers alone. Now, once again, I can't afford nice pots and all that stuff. And now these big box stores are kind of making even their smaller pots. Like this was $22 for, I think it's a 14-inch round tray. So it's $22. A couple years ago, I could get it for under $15. So the rate of inflation is ridiculous. All right. So also to help the stress on these trees is I'm just gonna nip some of these back a little bit to promote healthier plant. Don't want that one to get all up there. And I'm gonna throw these nubs off, wipe anything away that I can. Then I'm gonna have to sterilize my equipment after this. And then burn all of this spider mite leftovers. Okay, that tip can come off because it's starting to bend back where I don't want it to. It's going to be a nice side. I do want this to come out. I do think that has a good view, but it could be better in the future, and we're going to see what this pops out. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And I don't want this so high. We are going to take a few of these. I'm just going to let these drop along the edges there. Actually pretty healthy. Do not want this little branch down in there. So we'll take that and just stick it down in the dirt like that. Right now, these can look like, oh, that one looks nice and healthy. These will just look like cactus plants or something. Okay, that looks good. This one's pretty healthy looking. It's not many spider mites on it. I am going to take these thicker parts off, and we are going to shove him down into the mound like that. This one also is very healthy looking, so we're going to take its main branches, just like give them an opportunity to root around the edges. So they'll be easy to take care of. Let's see, this one. Okay, we've already got that in the background. You know what? I like the idea of it being right here. All right. Now that I'm done with that, I will go ahead and clean it up, and we will get some after shots of it when it's looking clean. All right. So we're gonna push that off to the rear. And we're going to clean this guy up a little bit from all of these spider mites. So it's fine. We're just going to nip ends of him there. I'm going to wipe all these off. Now remember, everything you do, touching these, it's more contamination. But go ahead and because this stuff will not harm your plant. It's there is a point where you don't want to mess with it, but don't do too much. But that there is a large amount of that does take place. So we're just gonna get a bit of that in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and transplant a couple more of these. Yes, I'm messy. I'm a brute. I'm a Viking. So, deal. Saturate that, let it bind together, and I'll go ahead and pull some of these out and see if they'll go. That will be the best course of action. Let me just, yeah, put it right there. That'll help. All they need to do is stay standing. Clean all the spider mite nests out of these. I'm gonna have to go and put my hands through fire too. Don't worry, it's crazy. I'll do it. It's all right. That off. That one's actually gonna, like, if it takes off, that one's gonna have an interesting look. Interesting look if it takes off. All right. So with this one, now that we've got the four corners, now these are all golems except for that one, which is an ET. That's my ET. No, that's golem. This one's the E. Golem. This is my ET over here. Okay. All right. So I don't really want to do anything with my ET as far as repotting it, but I do want to get some of these pieces off, and I think I will cut these off the top and see if I can get them to transplant. So I'm going to cut it down right above that nub, then cut that one down right above that nub. All right. And then I'm going to take my poker and I'm going to let it share. Let some water soak down in there. And we're going to pull a couple of the leaves off. If they take off, they take off. If they don't, they don't. And then we'll stuff that in there. All right, so that episode is a little bit of propagation and put ET back over here. Propagation. And repotting, making a forest. This is some stuff all about, I guess, this is all about succulents, or jades anyways.